North Carolina vinyl picker, and I'm back in Nebo. What am I doing back in Nebo? Well, it's a great place to find some vinyl, and it's near Lake James, and it's beautiful up here. And then we're gonna go get some lunch at Bones Jones. Yes, gonna get me some ribs or a nice big fat burger, something. But here at Nebo, try not to go too fast so you kids can see. I'm gonna come back around, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna deep dive into something here. Usually I go into jazz. I'm gonna go back here today. I'm gonna go over here. What do you think of that? Go in the H's. Take these out, and then we can see them better. Billy Idol, Information, Iron Butterfly. That's a good album. $12. I have it though. Jackson's. I have everything. It's getting harder for the North Carolina vinyl picker to find anything to buy, because I have everything that I want. Maybe I'll find something today. There's some Tull. Everybody loves flip videos. They seem to do good. Little King Crimson there. Kiss. Some Zeppelin. We're getting to the end here. Then I gotta look around. I gotta find me something. But I'll be showing you later in this video what I found. That's all, folks. Good Sunday afternoon. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And on this episode, we're going to do Dylan's Summer Vinyl Tag. Yes, we're going to do Dylan's Summer Vinyl Tag from Nebo Records. If you haven't been to Nebo Records, you need to make the pilgrimage there. Just leave in the morning. Head on down there. He'll be down there tomorrow. You can find all your wants. Maybe up on the Love Me wall, or maybe down in the bin, or if you don't have it, he'll get it for you. He is the man. Number one question. Summer in the name. How about Don Henley? The Boys of Summer. There you go. That song used to be on the radio all the time, especially when I was down. Used to go down to the beach all the time. Latest heavy pull or grail. Well, here it is right here. Octane Twisted. This is the Porcupine Tree live show from their last go around before they broke up and then got back together 10 years later. But this is from the Incident album, and they do the whole live thing, and then they do some songs at the end. Just incredible. I'm just so happy to have it on vinyl. Number 3, Whack-A-Mole. Yeah, we gotta do Mazzy's Whack-A-Mole. And we're gonna pick one right here. Oh, we got one right here. We got Kansas, and this was Drastic Measures, and this is one of their later albums. So, well, not as good as the earlier stuff, but it's still Kansas, you know. You still gotta listen to Kansas. Put that back over there. That's my one there. Album with a great story. There you go. The Lamb, and it's a promo. No one knows what this story is all about. It's all about Rail, though. I'll tell you that much. And it's all about Gabriel exiting after that. The next one is Animal Cover. A cover with an animal. Jeff Beck. This is Emotion and Commotion. This is one of his last albums he did. This is truly an epic album. Right up there with Wired, Blow by Blow, those classic albums, right up there. This one here, I would go Blow by Blow, Wired, maybe the live album with Jan Hammer. Yeah, the one with the he's in the garage, and then this one. And then of course his early stuff with Rod Stewart and stuff. That stuff there is epic, you know. Surprise in my collection. I like a few of the ladies, and stay by tuned next week because I'm going to have the top 10 hottest female artists. That's going to be on my show next week. But here you go with Olivia. Gotta love Olivia. I think that's one of my favorite poses of Olivia. And I love me some Olivia Newton-John. This is Soul Kiss. This is the album Soul Kiss. This is the backside of the album. Also, Olivia's backside. What's next? Oh, Cheap Heat. Lately, I've been picking up a lot of Dan Fogelberg's album. Man, what a voice. I could listen to him just about all day long. And he did a couple albums with Tim Weisberg. So, yeah, got to listen to the man, Dan Fogelberg. Rest in peace, Dan. How about the next one here? What do we got next? We got the 45 for an alternate format. How about this? I found this 45 this past weekend when I was up in Norfolk. Big Bad John. Yeah, Jimmy Dean. You got to love his sausage. Well, he made music too. There you go. Favorite music documentary. I don't have it, but I've seen it. It's called The Sum of All Parts. It's Genesis. And it's their documentary on Genesis, the complete story. When everybody got back together, it's 10 years ago now. They should do an update one. But it talks about their solo careers. They talk about the band. They're all on stage together, all 5 of them. And the core group, of course, Anthony Phillips wasn't there, I don't believe. But yeah, just awesome. It was really nice to watch. I think I had it on something. I don't know where to happen to it. Okay, what's next? Show a box set. Well, it has to be only one. This big heavy mother right here. Yes, the Steven Wilson remixes. They do all this though, all the heavies. You know, the Yes album, and then you got Fragile, you got Close to the Edge, and you got Tales from Topographic Oceans, and you got Relayer. Does everybody out there know what North Carolina vinyl picker Big Chief's favorite Yes album is? Leave the comments down below. If you watched all 412 of my shows, you would know. King Crimson, Lark's Tongue and Aspect. Yes, this one here is the most trashed record I have. It's not in very good shape, and it is a promo. As you can see, I love my promos. Don't sleep on the promos. And Patrick, the vinyl archivist, says, don't sleep on those quad pressings. Oh, you're going to see that later in here. Okay, next one. Local album or artist. Well, if you go down the road from where I live, about maybe 15 miles or so, you're going to go to Newton, North Carolina, and that's where this young lady was from. Tori Amos. This is her first album, Why Can't Tori Read? You might recognize her. And, yeah, she was from Newton, North Carolina. And I've been listening to her for a long time. I saw her on her very first album after this, Little Earthquakes, but this was her first album right here, Why Can't Tori Read? And if you like 80s pop music, synth pop, you would love this album. It's hard to find. It's hard to find, but you can get one out there someplace. If you love Tori Amos, you know, you got to be a completist like me, you know. Far Away LP. How about Taiwan Pressing? This here's a box set of the Moody Blues. This is their first 7 albums that's in here. Yes, that's really nice. It's pretty thick. It's a big old box set, and I found this in Florida before I left there, and yeah, it's nice to have. I never played it. It's probably going to sound like crap. I have better pressings. I have all the Threshold ones. Okay, soundtrack. Can't only be one for me. Saturday Night Fever. Get those boogie shoes moving. Yeah, I grew up in this era, and Saturday Night Fever, that's it. Great stuff. I love the Bee Gees. What's next? Quad pressing, just like I was saying. This is a quad pressing of the second album by Chicago. And no, this is the first album. This is Chicago Transit Authority. I have their second album as well on quad. But these are really nice to hear, and they're so clear and so nice. Don't sleep on the quad. What's next? Oh, highest in my want list. I want the first 3 Bonko albums. So if anybody has them out there, they want to send them to the North Carolina vinyl picker, just go ahead and email me. Next one. Channel shout out. Can't only be one. There's so many, but Jack the Vinyl Martini. He lives in Vancouver, and when I was on my Canadian trip a month ago or so, he's just an awesome dude. And we had lunch together. We went record shopping, and one of the nicest men I've ever met in my 67 years on this planet. Just an awesome guy. Very nice. Did I say he was nice? And he just got back from a trip himself. He went out to see people all the way across Canada and all the way down into the United States just to see people. That's how nice he is. He's super nice. He's the nicest. What's next? Silver lining. I'm just going to hold this thing. Silver lining, or it would be to shop local and be positive and courteous when you're inside the store and say thank you. You know, it doesn't hurt to say thank you. Steal of a deal. It's got to be only one thing. I don't have the album anymore because I gave it to Dylan. Well, actually, I sold it to Dylan, and it wasn't on his want list because he doesn't like to tell people what he wants. But I knew he'd like this album, so I took a gamble. I didn't even call him. I didn't text him. I think I might have texted him, told him I was coming down to see him. I had something for him. So I went down there. It takes me about an hour and a half to get down to Matthews, North Carolina. And if you're ever down there, you need to go see Dylan. Yes, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should have just go ahead and put me on pause and then get in your car and go see Dylan. Of course, unless he's closed. So when you get down there to see Dylan, anyway, when I brought the Felt album, I'll back it up a little bit. I went over to Forest City one day, and I was in Forest City, and I went through their, I think it was the one of those thrift stores over there. And I spent about 2 hours going through all these 25-cent records. And I saw the Felt album. And I looked at it and I said, man, that don't look right. That thing looks weird. I'm going to get it. I'm just going to put it on the pile. I had no idea what it was. But I seen Dylan show that album. So there you go. I knew it was important. So then I brought it home. I took some pictures, blah, blah, blah. And I think I might have sent Dylan a picture, whatever. He got excited. I got excited. So then I went, I don't forget what day of the week it was. I went down to Matthews. I brought the album down there. We made a deal. And then I went over to the next day. I went back home. The next day, I went over to Riverbend Records over in Asheville. And because I knew that he had a Led Zeppelin 2 over there, RL, that I wanted. So this is the whole deal was going in my head. Everything's going to move. So then the next day I drove over there and I bought it. I also spent some of that cash in Dylan's. And then brought that back. So now I have my RL from Riverbend Records. Yes, and it sounds incredible. RL on both sides. And it does have some scratches. Now it ain't perfect. But what is perfect? You know, I'm not perfect. Nothing's perfect. So there you go. That's the steal of the deal, the Felt album. I call it the 25-cent Felt album. Excuse me. Promos. Love promos. And this is only one of, I have like 40 of them now, or maybe more than that. Found this over in Asheville about a month or so ago. And it was really nice to see. I was glad to see it, and it had $7 on it. Well, I couldn't get it in my hot little hand fast enough, and all the young kids in there, they don't even know who ELP is, let alone pick up the record and look at it. But I picked it up, and I stuck it under my arm, and I walked over to the counter. Yes, $7 for ELP Works. And I seen this tour. I saw this tour in San Diego when I went out there for school for the Navy. I went out there. I was just a young buckaroo, and saw it. It was awesome. Only time I ever got to see ELP. My favorite group in high school. Favorite group. No lie. It was my favorite group. Seeing them do Pirates. They shot off the cannons on the stage. Oh my gosh. What a show. It was in the old football stadium in San Diego. Some of you out there might know what that stadium was called. I don't remember. I think they play somewhere else different now. So that's all. That's my 20 questions that Dylan asked for his summer vinyl tag. I hope you enjoyed it. These are records I picked up this week. I got a few of these online and a few of these up in Nebo. I went up to Nebo yesterday with my wife. We had a nice lunch up there on Lake James, and just had a great day. Gordon Giltrap, The Peacock Party. Don't sleep on Gordon Giltrap. Bee Gees, the first album by the Bee Gees. This is a German pressing. Very, very nice. Sound is incredible. I'm getting the other copy. I had some scratches on that other copy I had. I'm going to put it, it's not going in the store. It's not even worth selling. Crime of the Century. This is a Japanese press. Now, I do have the original master recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two and I'm going to do a shootout this week. So stay tuned for that. That'll be on Wednesday. So which one do y'all think will sound better? You think it'll be the Japanese press Or do you think it'll be the original, what is it called? Original master, the A&M. Which one do you think it's going to be? I don't know. Maybe they use the same plates. I'll have to look at that. But it's going to be a shootout this week. And also, when I was over in Nebo, I had Spencer Davis. I'm a man, yes I am. Yeah, this is a great album. If you like Spencer Davis Group, early, Steve Winwood playing that Hammond B organ, you're going to love that. Then I seen this one there. This I thought, you know, in my infinite wisdom, I thought Brian Auger and Trinity and the Trinity, I had all their records, but I didn't. I saw this one there, and he had $5 on it. I couldn't get it fast enough. I love me some Brian Auger. What a guitar player. How about the Flower Traveling Band? I don't know where this band's been all my life. These guys were around in this late 60s. And this one here, you know, you think you would have noticed if you had 4 guys from Mexico riding, or no, I think they were Japanese. 4 Japanese guys riding naked on motorcycles. You would have seen this record at some point in your life. That's one of their albums. And then this one here, I showed last week, that's Satori. So you need both of these. You need both of these. And on this album, the one where they're riding buck naked, they do a copy of Black Sabbath. They do 21st Century Schizoid Man, House of the Rising Sun, Anywhere, Louisiana Blues, another version of Anywhere. Oh no, that's an intro and outro. But these albums, these were made in the 60s. And they're just getting re-released now. I never heard of them before. But I think I saw Brother Brian playing it one night. That was a long time ago. But that was about 3-4 years ago. So there you go. That's all. That's everything I got. We're going to wind this up under 15 minutes. We're doing pretty good. So if you like my channel, just hit the bell. That way you know when the North Carolina Vinyl Picker is coming on, and sub the channel. And you can go to my Discogs store. There'll be a link down below. I have LP CDs for sale in Discogs. Yes, North Carolina Vinyl Picker. What do I always say? And it's Sunday. I got to get back to the baseball game. Yeah, I got to get my hat on. I got to get ready for the game. I got to get back. So we'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Support those troops.